everybody, welcome back to Everything's Plastic. Today we have a Star Wars Black Series Archive action figure review, and this is Obi-Wan Kenobi. If you're unfamiliar with this line, these archives are actually re-releases of the original figure. This one was originally released in 2013. Not a whole lot of updates on this one. I know the face sculpt is a little bit different, his hair color is a little bit different, maybe some updates in paint, but overall the body is still the same figure from 2013. The main thing for me is I missed out on this guy. I don't have the original, so it's great for me when they do these archives, so it gives me opportunity to actually pick this one up. Honestly, man, I think it's great. It does look a little bit better than the original. So here we can get a closer look at the front of the package, side of the package. We can see artwork on the back here. Not a whole lot going on with these card figures. There's a little write-up that says Obi-Wan is forced to battle his friend Anakin Skywalker in a devastating lightsaber duel after Anakin turns to the dark side. Pretty sure this is Revenge of the Sith version of Obi-Wan. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments below. So enough looking at packages. Let's get this guy out and get a closer look. Alright, here he is outside of the package. And honestly, man, I'm pretty excited. I'm pretty happy with this figure. Obi-Wan is one of my favorite characters from the prequels. Excited to have a figure in my collection. Here is a closer look at his lightsaber, which is pretty cool overall. Pretty decent job with the hilt. There's a little peg there too that ports into the side. And this part's removable as well. And the hilt just ports in right here on the front there. So it looks pretty cool as well. I like it. So that's it for accessories, just a lightsaber. Usually these Black Series don't come with any extra hands anyways. Well, I can't say usually. The ones that I have didn't come with any hands or extra heads or anything like that. So let's get a closer look at this guy overall. I think they did a pretty good job with the head sculpt. There's a likeness to Obi-Wan or Ewan McGregor. I think they did a pretty good job. Much better than the original. I don't have the original figure, but I'll add a picture. For side-by-side comparison, you can see that this one is actually a little bit better than the original. The Jedi robe is pretty cool. Don't really like the shape of his arms. You can see there that his arms are pretty flat. It's kind of weird actually. Go down here and we have some cloth here. This is really tight. So this part here is soft plastic and it's only in the front, and on the back here it's all cloth going right around, and it does restrict articulation, but luckily you can fold it up, bend his legs, whatever you want to bend them. Cool detail in his belt. Like I said, you can see the hole there where it ports into. You can see all the buckles and everything else is painted. Cool detail all the way around. I think they did an excellent job there. Then we go down to the pants. The pants are pretty plain. There's no boot cut or anything like that. You do see some dirt onto his boots or whatever it may be, just to break up the brown, make it look more like leather. So we add a closer look. Let's go over articulation. For his head, it goes back this far, forward this far. You do get a little bit side to side, full rotation. His arms are going to be restricted. His robe is actually pretty stiff, so his arms only come out this far, go back this far, and come out this far. This is really hard plastic. They go up this far, they go all the way around, a little bit stiff. They have single jointed elbows. They almost go 90 degrees. You do get a full rotation there at the elbow, but like I said, no bicep swivel. His wrist goes back and forth, and this one goes back and forth as well. There's a ball joint here for his torso, and it goes side to side, back and forth. No ab crunch or anything like that. There is a rotation at his waist. And for his legs are very restricted. They only go out this far, go forward this far, back this far. There's upper thigh cut as well, which definitely helps when you're trying to get this guy to stand. You do have double jointed pin knees. There's no boot cut or anything like that, but those ankles go back this far, forward this far, a little bit restricted going forward, and you do have your full rotation. Given that it's a figure from 2013, it's dated, the articulation is really restricted, but overall I gotta be completely honest, I'm still happy, still excited to have this one in my collection, and I don't regret buying him whatsoever. Here's a closer look with the lightsaber in his hands. Fits in pretty good. Fits in both hands anyways, because he got two gripping hands, so it doesn't really matter. Like I said, you're going to be somewhat restricted to what kind of poses you can get this guy in. I'm not big into posing. I don't do photo photography or anything like that. I just kind of display him on my shelf in somewhat of a vanilla pose, we'll say. Either way, He still looks good on the shelf. If you're big into articulation and photography, like I said, you might regret buying this one. If you don't already have the original version, definitely recommend you pick this one up. Or if you just want an updated face sculpt, obviously the face sculpt does look a little bit better than the original release. So let's do some comparisons. Alright, so for comparisons, here we have him next to Darth Vader. Obviously Darth Vader is going to be a little bit taller. Anakin is just a little tiny bit taller. A little bit shorter than Dooku. And a little bit shorter than Mace Windu as well. He is a little bit tiny for an average 6-inch Black Series. Maybe it's because it's an older figure. I'm not really sure of the timeline on these. That's pretty much it for our review. Overall, I'm going to give this guy a 7 out of 10. I really love Obi-Wan. I do like the details. I do like the head sculpt. Obviously, good job on the details with his belt and everything else. Like I mentioned earlier, the arms are flat. Very restrictive right here. That's definitely an issue. It restricts the arms. It looks ugly. And as for his boots, yeah, could definitely use a boot cut. They could have did something with the boots. You can see that boots are just painted on. If you missed out on the original, then obviously I highly recommend it. Or if you're a completionist and you need every Obi-Wan figure, obviously yes, it's up to you. It's your money, go get it. But as far as figures go, it's not a great figure overall. But oddly enough, I'm still excited to have him in my collection. So that's it for our review, guys. Let me know in the comments below what you think of this figure. Let me know which one you prefer. Do you prefer the original or do you prefer the updated release? Let me know in the comments below what you think of my score of 7 out of 10. Don't forget to let me know what you think of the review as well. If you like our review, don't forget to click on that like button. And if you enjoy our reviews, the option is there to subscribe as well. We'll see you on the next one. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Keep collecting and stay safe.